I'm Barralet and I've just run out to the garden at 5 AM because now is the perfect time to tell you about one of my favourite crystals, and that's Pietersite, known as the stone of the storm. The reason Pietersite is so great to be outside now is there's a thunder and lightning storm happening, and Pietersite helps you to deal with all different storms in your life. Now Pietersite comes in a variety of colours, in blues, golds and reds, and it kind of has that chatoyancy or that shine that you'd find in something like tiger's eye. Because of its power and its energy, whenever there's a thunder or lightning storm, this crystal's energy is heightened and expanded. And so this is the time when you want to work with this crystal. Imagine that it's Christmas Eve. It's in the evening and you're at the biggest shopping centre in your area and you've still got 4 gifts to get. Pietersite helps you to remain focused on what you need to do and not getting irritated when you get stuck behind a family of 10 that's taking their time and filling up the whole lane. Or when there's that silly woman who runs into your ankle because she's too busy on her mobile phone and not watching. Pietersite allows you to focus on what's important to you and get it done. Now, not just times of stress, but also if you tend to get easily distracted. If you plan to maybe clean out your laundry cupboard and Monday morning you're going to do it, but then you're just going to check a couple of emails and that takes a bit longer than you thought, and then your mother calls and then it's time for lunch and then, oh, Ellen's on. So at the end of the day, you haven't got round to it on Monday, and Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday and Friday end up being the same and you never get round to doing that, cleaning out that cupboard. That's where Pietersite is really powerful for allowing you to stay focused on what's important to you. Pietersite allows you to deal with any type of storm in your life. So when there is a big lightning and thunderstorm like now, it allows you to tune with the Earth's more kind of fiery energies. And it's quite interesting that Pietersite was discovered just before the great change, when all the climate change and all the natural disasters started to increase in the world. It allows you to adapt and read circumstances and navigate yourself safely through weather. So Pietersite is a great crystal to have with you when driving through a storm or when there's a storm going through your house. You can also place your Pietersite around old trees to make sure they're not damaged, and of course that's why it's obviously great to have one in your car when you are driving as well. Now, not just physical storms, but other types of storms as well. Pietersite is a really great crystal to have around the house and to give to people when they're going through puberty, because it's like a storm happening within them. So this is a nice time for them to work with Pietersite. It works really well too with the pituitary gland, which obviously regulates a lot of things in our body, and if there's any disorders with that, Pietersite can be used to help to regulate that. As you develop your relationship with Pietersite and align with its energy, it allows you to remain calm and focused as you go through your life. Basically, it allows you to remain in the eye of the storm while all the chaos and craziness is happening around you. And as this happens, it allows you to become more accepting and tolerant of those things around you. When someone is doing something different to what you believe is right, you don't get pulled into it. Instead, you just focus on what's important to you. And they also say that Pietersite helps give you the keys to heaven, to accept yourself, to open up your heart to yourself, and to find that spiritual truth and to follow your spiritual path. Because you're not being pulled by one thing or another, by petty little insignificances, and you stay focused on what's important to you, Pietersite allows you to grow spiritually at a heightened rate. So what you want to do is you want to work with Pietersite, and it'll allow you to connect with your guides, with your guardian angels, and also just really focus day to day on what's important to you. When I call upon my Pietersite, I also call upon some other powerful energies to enhance my workings with this crystal. How I cleanse Pietersite is I put it outside whenever there's a lightning and thunderstorm. Like lightning and the electricity cleanses the air and makes room for new things, it also allows the Pietersite to be cleansed and balanced, and also fills it with that electric, powerful energy that I love and really connects and resonates with this crystal. The animal that works so well and guides you when working with Pietersite is the scorpion. Now, with his sting in his tail, he has the power to control his life and also those around him. But he doesn't just go around stinging people recklessly. He's very choosy on who he chooses to sting. So Scorpion can teach you on how to use your power, to connect with it first of all and to feel it inside, And then knowing when to be assertive, when to pull back, just hold that power in. And then the plant that you can work in harmony with scorpion and with the Pietersite is basil. Now, past cultures have said that basil helps to put a scorpion in the mind, and I love this description because it really helps you to focus. It's great for study. It's great to get some of the essential oil and just pop it on your third eye if you find when you meditate your thoughts tend to wander. So these three work really, really powerfully together. Now, the planets that I use when working with Pietersite are two. I work with Jupiter, which is a planet of expansion, because Pietersite, especially the beautiful blue Pietersites, really help to open up your mind, and because you're focused and not being distracted so much, it can be really powerful like that. But it also allows you to focus and have self-discipline, which is ruled by Saturn. So I work with the energies of both Jupiter and Saturn when working with my Pietersite. Now, Jupiter rules Thursday and Saturn rules Saturday, so these are both power days for Pietersite and the best days to do your meditations and your workings. Pietersite, to be honest, is one of my favourite crystals, and I think it's a really relevant crystal in this day and age where there's so many different things competing for our attention, and what we really want to do is just focus on what's important to it. Important to us. So Pietersite is a crystal to really work with and get you devoted to what really fills your heart and what you're passionate about and what you really want to spend your time on. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, and I'd love to know what you think of your Pietersite, so please leave a comment in the section below. I'm Adam Barralet. I hope you enjoy your next lightning and thunderstorm with your Pietersite. Blessed be.